welcome to my channel. It's CW Planner time. Yay! I love this day. Yes. Okay, so I just gotta tell you though, my cold or whatever I've been dealing with, this illness that I've been having, it's back. It's like really back. So I've got the sniffles and I've got the sneezing and the coughing. So just gotta tell you, but I'm gonna get through this. Yes, I am. Okay, so it's week 7. Yes. So this week we needed a photo. So I found this photo, and this is my dad right here and my uncle right here. So I like that photo. And then something in a garage, and this is why I went to this photo. I was already in the old family photos because I have this photo of my grandpa. And this car spent 90% of its life in the garage. And he would get it out and he would drive the queens in the parade every year. And he even would, on a sunny day, he would take me and he would let me sit up there and let me wave. He'd drive around town and let me wave. It was fun, but sadly he died when I was 7, so yeah, he had cancer and he passed away. And this car was purchased by someone in Kansas City that has a Corvette collection. I don't know if he's still alive. That was quite a long time ago, but I would love to go see the car. I always wished I could. That's probably gonna have to go on this side and this on this side. Okay, so a rubber stamp used in different colors. I have my little, one of my sewing stamps. This is from Close to My Heart, and it is C1234 Simple Stitches. I'll put that down in the drop box. I always have questions when I use this. And I'm going to use the zigzag stamp. And, oh wait, I got, yeah, 2 different colors. I have chose, I do not know. I don't know. I can't see it to tell you. It's like, I don't know. It's a Stampin' Up. Sorry. I don't know. This one is Stampin' Up Old Olive. But I'm sorry. Something blue. But I can't see the first word. Sorry, I can't make it out. So I'm going to use this stamp in those 2 colors. A headline. I found this in one of my old magazines, and I thought this was so cool. Women cram handbags full of many odd things. I'm going to use this top portion. I'd love to use it all, but I can't. It is so great. It's got Betty Grable, Claudette Colbert, Greer Garson, and Lucille Ball. And down here it shows what is in their handbags. I'm going to try to hold that as still as I can in case you want to pause it and try to zoom in and look at it. If you can, I don't know. But it is so fun. I sat here and I stared at all this. And then if you turn it over, it has Margaret O'Brien, and she is a 8-year-old girl. And she is just so precious. And here is what is in her purse, and she has a little drawn picture there that she drew, and she's pretty good. She did a really good job. And then we have Maria Montez, and she's just pretty. She carries a roomy handbag made of Parisian lamb to match her hat. That'd go over well now today, wouldn't it? This is 1945. So most of them have a picture of their man, you know, like he's off fighting. But that, I just fell in love with this. I almost didn't want to tear it up, but you know what? What else is it doing? It's sitting in a magazine. So that is my headline. I loved that. I'm still having moments of, did I tear it up? Okay, sewing item. I want to show you here on my page. I've got a few little things that, like this, and some, no, not that. Some of these things here, they came out of this home needlework. This was things in 1915 that ladies would get to for sewing. Their patterns would actually come out of here. They would send off and they would get these blanks and then they would sew them. And back here there's these ads to order to get their sewing supplies and order things for sewing. So I took some things out and put them on here, and then this is like patterns for sewing. There's one here, and this is Home Needlework Magazine. But anyway, like this is a envelope case that they could, it's stamped so they could embroidery on it. So anyway, this is, I got these, I was getting these at our, oh, isn't that pretty for them to embroidery. You see some of those old embroidery things, a lot of that came out of those things. And I also have this came off Rick Rack. I love to use snaps and these little things in my journals, and I also have some pattern pieces, and I have a bit of this zipper that I have been using and a bit of this that I have been cutting off, so I don't know what I'll be using. So I have all that, so I guess first thing I need to do is figure out how these things are going to fit on here. So I'll probably put this over here, front and center, and well, let me rip this. Cut, rip, tear, what am I trying to say? I think I'm going to leave that there so that it is always known that that's 1945. Must have been near the end of the war, because it says, you know, a picture of her husband or boyfriend that was fighting, so I had to be near the end. I think I will cut it down here. So we have the headline. Cut the poor little girl's head off. Oh well. The edges of this up. Alright, drink real quick. I love that I had a Lucille Ball on here. She's one of my favorites. We don't get I Love Lucy anymore because we don't have cable or satellite or anything, so I miss watching her show. It could always make you smile. Alright, so I'm going to put that there. Maybe this could go up here, yes. And put this more in the center. Let's see. Do I have anything else? I've got my stamping to do. Oh, I've got my zipper. Put my zipper in between there. Yeah, I like that, only I don't want that icky part there. Yes, I think I like that idea. Kind of takes that there. Maybe put some of this behind my picture here. I think that's a good idea. Alright. decide which side's the, I want some of the part that's got writing on it. Get one. Got water in it? Okay, let's see. I probably shouldn't do this on my book, should I? I just don't have much room on my desk. My book is so big, and I love that my book is so big, but it doesn't leave me a lot of room for doing things. I hope, yeah, you can pretty much see. All I'm going to do is, you know, like, make me a watermark around my picture so that I can tear this pattern. Oh, it's not tearing where I want it to tear. Now, the only problem with that is the top is not torn like the rest of it. So, let me see if I can fix that. Of course, this doesn't have to be perfect at all. Okay, so let's come back here. Do I have you where you need to be? Yes, I do. My mat's a mess, but that's okay. Yes, okay. Now, let's see. That works, and I like how that's down there. You can tell that it's a sewing pattern. Alright, so I think I'm just going to use my glue stick to put this down, which is where? Where? Oh, here it is. So, let's do this. I don't know what my husband just cooked in the kitchen, but it smells really good, and he made me hungry. That shouldn't be allowed. Okay, so I'm going all the way almost over to the edge here. Oops. Okay, so that's going to have to be cut off. That's okay. All right. It's choking me. I don't know what he cooked. I think he burnt it a little bit. First it was smelling good, but oh my goodness. Oh my. I want to put something behind this picture too. Maybe I will have in a second. Paper out. My paper shoved in there so tight. I found it. Well, maybe that's not the right blue. It looked darker over there. Actually, I think it'll be okay. Yes, I think that'll be okay. I can't cook while I'm doing this. That is really white on the edge. I'm going to have to... That white will really bug me. I printed this on my computer, and it seems like the white edges are just really white when I print it at home. I don't know why. Why is it so different? Is it the way I cut it? I don't know. Like, is it so different? I don't mind having it kind of black around the edges anyway. It kind of looks like, you know, like how you put it on the computer. Different things you can do. The edging. Okay. I kind of like, oh, this side I didn't get. And I'm using archival ink on it, so it won't smear, I hope. Okay. A knife. Well, okay, that came right out of the drawer with it. I need to make a shelf on my trash can again. I'm running out of room. What am I doing? I don't want that thing. Oh, goodness. Everywhere. There we go. Nope. That's the right one. Let's find the right one. There it is. That's it. Alright. I was really looking for more of a navy, but I think this will be okay. Barely gonna see a sliver of it. I found a whole bunch of cardstock like this in my desk drawer in the other room, the one that I used to use for scrapbooking. 10 to 15, maybe 20 years ago. It's been a long time ago. So I'm going to get that in here. I meant to already do it, and I didn't do it. Okay, so how did I have this all? I have this over here with this. I had this here, I had this here. Didn't I have something else up here? feel like something slipped away. Headline, a sewing item. A photo. Something in the garage. Rubber stamping I gotta do. A headline, a sewing item. Random pieces of okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of lace behind that. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back. I have gathered some things. Okay, first, what is that on my blue? I don't know what that was. That was weird. I have glued down these 3 things. I figured get that done. That's easy. We know how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this zipper put down. Just glue that right across there. Let me get these scissors. I don't want to ruin my good scissors. I really chopped that one when I did it. Maybe that's how it's going to be. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to be. This is not easy to cut. Yeah, chopping it again. It's not as chopped, I guess. Okay, so I want to probably chop it about right there. Chopping. I'm sorry, I'm out of the frame there. Chopping. I bought an old sewing basket, a few years ago now, and it had some zippers in it that I would never use. That's coming up there. Oh, I guess I kind of inked this up and made it look old, so that helped it for me. I just wasn't quite happy with it. It's a new print of an old photo, so you know it looked new because it was new. Unfortunately, nobody ever took pictures of us going out. Of course, probably nobody ever even knew when we were doing it. We probably just took off and did it. So I don't have a photo of that. This is way before my time. Just gonna say that. This is coming up here. Okay, so now, as you can see over here, we're gonna work up here. I have gathered some sewing things. And this is kind of a special page for me because of this. So I decided I'm going to make this a little cute little part up here and use some things that I have that I have not used. So I've got some sweet little buttons. These are all buttons that are new, but some of them look like they're older buttons by their design. These are all buttons that a friend of mine gave me. I don't know where she got them. They came in a little... Oh, I've rearranged. I went to where I used to have them. They came in just a little container. Oh, it's way back there. I can't reach it. And they're just the sweetest little buttons. So I'm going to use some of those. And we're going to make a little sewing area up here. Because we have a sewing item, we're going to have a few. I'm going to use this little thing up here. I buy these at my thrift store. They have little things like this often, and most of the time they're marked about 50 cents. So we're going to use this one. So I need to cut it. I'm going to cut it right before these little flowers, I think. Because I'm going to put it right about there. So let me kind of try to mark it. Oh, that's getting up in there. That's why it wasn't. Try to finger mark it here on the edge of the page where I want it. Just kind of like that. Get my fabric scissors here and cut. And wish me luck. Alright, so now I'm gonna put some, this one I do need this for sure. Kind of spreading it out over the edge here. I want to get that raw edge really glued, especially where there's threads sticking up there. I got a pretty little doily at my thrift store yesterday that I'm going to put on my scanner and scan. That's what I usually do. I have this one scanned, but I thought this one's kind of special. I'm going to use this. Sorry, I gotta get this to where I can see the edge and get that where I want it. Now where's my little thing? I'll get this all spread out so we don't hopefully see all those little squiggly marks. It's not really working. I'm seeing them really well. Well, we're going to cover up a lot of this white marks, I think. The white spots. Oh, that's really showing. Oh, darn. I was hoping it wouldn't. I should have maybe used a paintbrush, like a sponge brush or something. Learn from me. Use a sponge brush or something to put it on there. Not the tip. I've done this before, but not with such a white thin. It's very thin white cotton. Well, it's going to show through, but we're going to cover a lot of this up. Okay. I've got this that I thought that I would use one side of. I've really been saving this. I love it. Victory. I think that is so cool. Put this up. I'm not going to use this one. Excuse me. Cut this off right here. Don't worry, I'm not going to throw that away. I like that. Then I guess it cuts. I guess I'll just cut it right there. I think I'll scan that side to use so I can print it out over and over. I've never done that yet, but at least just two-sided. I'll have one side. Okay, so I was thinking maybe put this right here, and I've got this sweet little girl. I'll put her on this side. She's so sweet. Well, I'll leave it like that because if I want to journal on this page, I can stick a tag down in here. Right there. Okay, and then I'm thinking of putting, well, I was thinking I would put this right here. Put the extra buttons, but I think I'll put the extra buttons right there. I'm going to put something over there. And then we're going to, I'm leaving this up here. This is not working out like I had it thought in my head. Because I've got this all open right here now. Maybe I'll just put this here. Nope, that's not working either. How do I want this? Put the extra buttons right there. Yeah, that looks okay. Put the extra buttons right there. Oh, I'll put some string in the thing like it's a tag. That will work. Yes, I like that. Maybe not try to have everything touch there. I don't know. It's not working like I had it pictured in my head. This can go over here like this. There we go. That's working better. Okay. This is better. Okay. And then I have this that I want to put somewhere on there. This is really old stuff. A word about washing, it says. I want to put just a little bit of it somewhere over here. Maybe just a wee bit of it right there. I'm real stingy with this stuff. I hardly use it on stuff. I just use little bitty bits of it. I'm going to put that there. I know what I'm going to do there. I'm going to stamp. I'm going to use this. It's a stitched flower stamp. Oh, this is turning a lot longer than I wanted this to be. I hope that's gonna stamp. It doesn't. Yeah, it's stamped. Take it off. That one didn't stamp very well. I can move it back up again. There, got it. Okay, well, there's some stamping so far. There'll be more. Okay, I'm gonna pause you while I thread my buttons. Alright, so I got things down a little bit different than I had them. I just wasn't happy with how it was looking there. So I put the Victory seam binding down. I have these old rolls of thread that came in that sewing box that I was talking about. So I got glue all over me. I balled a bunch up and I put it underneath the Victory binding there. I've got her down. Like, she's so sweet. I put the assignment right here. Now this we're going to work on a little bit here. I think what I want to do, I'm just going to get one of these. This is one of my little glue book things. I'm going to stamp this on it. And I'm going to just put the blue here. Oh, the ink pad thing fell out of it. This is driving me crazy because I never cut that. Oops. Tatting is flying. And then I'm going to put the green. Kind of mix that up. And I'm going to put that on there. Oops, that really did not show up at all. Well, let's try that again. I may need to choose some different colors. some different blues and greens. These are about dead, I think. Hey, that blue's on there, or that green is on. I think I just threw that piece of lacy stuff on the floor. It caught on my sleeve, and I think it's on the floor. Alright, let's see. That's a little bit better. I'm gonna have to choose. Oh, I got blue all over, or green all over my blue now. Okay, let it go. Oh, I know it went on the floor. I don't see it anywhere though. It must have overflown. Okay, I'll have to cut a different piece. I have to look for that later. No time right now. Oh, there it is, right there. Well, I don't know what flew on the floor then. And I thought I would put that right there. So let's put some glue on it. Before I do stamping around my page, I'm going to have to get different inks though. Those are just dying on me. I've had them for quite a while, and I bought them at yard sales. Some of them, I had some in there that are good, but those aren't not the ones. Alright, and then I got, oh no, that's not the one I threw. Okay, here I got a piece of crochet twine that I thought I would fit here. Okay, here we have one of those fountain things, you know, for your pets, for water. Our cat, she's like prissy about her water, and she was driving us crazy. If it sets for in her bowl for even like an hour, she just doesn't want it. She was driving us nuts. So when I got birthday money this year, I went and I bought that. She just was driving me crazy, coming and she'd lead you to her water bowl. She wanted it. New water. Throw that water out. It's funny how pets can like lead you and figure out exactly what they want. It's weird. I think it's weird. But anyway, I can hear it. It's needing water. It's driving me crazy. I can hear it in there. It's going rah, rah, rah. That's a cool little envelope. I didn't notice how that's made. I should have traced that. Oh well. You can't save everything, can you? You gotta use it. That's what it's for, right? But she doesn't bug me anymore. She doesn't come do that to me anymore. So I guess that's done. I covered up the week. Oh, I don't want to do that. There, okay. I want to keep the week on there. There's a button down. Okay, so now, before I put buttons on, I need to do some stamping. So let me get some that are like good. That blue's good. That's a good blue. And I know I have green. I just got to find it. I was trying not to use these big ones, you know. I know the little ones. I know there's a green here. There. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Okay. Alright. Let me get these back in here. Oh no, the lid came off of that one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Black ink all over me, yeah? Let's see if I can get that wiped off. Alright, put these up. Now, maybe I could do one there. See, it's kind of harder to use these and not get a mess, I think. Okay, let me wipe this off. And I will just kind of do this. And do this. And then come here. And do this. I've never really done that. Okay, that was blue. That was blue. So I'll do green. Let's get out of the way, water bottle. Oh, are you? Yeah, you can see. Do I have the whole thing? Yeah, okay. I'll do green. Okay, so now this side's green. I'm trying to keep it straight so I don't. This side's blue, but I want to do blue. Oops, there's a thread there. I want to do blue. Now I need blue. Okay, that looks nice. Okay, now on this side, where do I want to? Maybe some right here. Oh, I forgot. I gotta see what side I'm on. This side's blue. Blue. Green. So, go like this. Wait, did that crooked? Okay, I like that. So, maybe I don't really want to do it, you know, like block it in. But I think I would like some on my thing here. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell. That side's blue. That's blue, so I'd like to do green, I think. I'll do green right there. Maybe a little bit across. This is going to be hard. I need more to block with. Maybe I will just tear bottom off of here. Wait, I only need right here, and I need right here. Okay. I gotta figure out what color I'm on here. Color. Sorry, I'm having a hard time. This side is blue. Okay. Since I did green there, I want to do blue. There. So I will do blue. Although it'd be cool to do the center, wouldn't it? Okay, so I got blue here. And I'll do green here. And then I think I got enough to cover it. Okay, we'll do. There, I kind of can tell. Okay, I think that is enough of that. I think I covered the stamping in 2 colors. So now, let me get my lids on my inks. I should have just done those inks in the first place. It wasn't as bad as I thought, having the bigger ink pads up here. Okay, now I want to put just a wee bit of tatting on. A wee bit. I've got a little bit of this one here. I'm very, very stingy with my tatting. No, let's get the buttons on first. I want to put that button there. I know that. I probably won't use all of these buttons, but it won't hurt to put these buttons back in the button box already threaded. That will make me happy someday, and that is not staying down there. I'll just leave it sitting there and I won't bother it. We will put a button up here, of course. Maybe, I'm not sure. I am not sure how to put a button. Maybe that button. This button is very hard to place on things because it's kind of, that button can't go there. It is too close to the spine. That button might set right there real good because that is already lifted up there. And it can just set right down in there. Let's see, I'm going to set that right there. Alright, and then, well, over here, I think I would like to put just a little bit of tatting right there. I'm going to cut my tatting right here. I'm going to get my little scissors. These are my little delicate scissors. I'm going to cut this tatting right in here. Try to cut right on the threads that attach. My fingers are really fumbly today. They hurt. My thumbs are not. Okay, we got that. Now, I thought it would look pretty just to put a little bit over here to bring this together so it's not so separate. We've got the zipper, we've got some of the stamping, and then to bring just a little bit of this over. Oh, that water in there is driving me nuts. It's not completely empty, so it's not gonna hurt it yet, but it's just the. If you have one, you know what I mean. The noise. And my husband's probably asleep. His hip is just, oh, it's hurting him so bad. And he doesn't like to take all of his medicines because it just makes him sleep and just kind of out of it. And I said, you've got to, honey, you've got to take your medicines and just rest today and give that hip a rest before it just knocks you down on, out. It says you're not walking anymore, you are not going to be mobile. I'm waiting for it to do it because it's just so bad. And so he's probably sound asleep in his recliner, which I hope he is. I told him, you just take this day and you rest before that happens. You don't want that to happen. You know where you end up in a nursing home if that hip knocks you down and says you're not weightlifting and you're not, whatever, I can't think of the word right now, but you're not on your feet anymore. Weight bearing is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I had to blow my nose because otherwise I was going to be sniffling. We're both just so over this. That doctor just did him wrong. I was thinking just a few of them scattered here. Yes, I really like that. Okay, get my glue back and get these down. They're sticking to my finger instead of where I'm wanting them to stick. Ah! Glue, stop. Okay, let me get another block. What was that? Fell on me.
I'm always knocking something on the floor, aren't I?
Do I need buttons up there? I'm just not sure. Kind of like that one right there. It's flat, so it can be. Okay. Oops, that one don't go there. Let's see, do I need, oh, there's one right there too. I don't feel like I need to add them there. I feel like just here and here is plenty. Maybe one more up in here, not that one. Yeah, maybe one right there. Yeah, I like that. One more here. Maybe the flowers on. Ooh, wow, I put way too much glue there, but I got it covered up. Huh, that's good. My tip is becoming covered way too much. I'm about to put that button on upside down. Yeah, I like that. Okay, the green button I don't think I need on here. Yep, I think that just takes it too much. Okay, I will put that back in my button box. That is one of my very favorite buttons in there. That one and this one right here. So, I think what we need to do is stamp this with the date. And I think we're done. I didn't put any tatting over here though. I do want to do that real quick for my little bitty tatting. Okay, where'd the little bitty piece go? There, right here. Where would I want to put some tatting? Just a little piece right there. Yeah, that would work. Where's my little scissors? Let's see, cut it right there. Right there. Right there is where we'll cut. Alright. I have not been able to find tatting in so long. I love it when I find it, but it's been a while. Of course, we didn't really go to garage sales the last couple of years. They're just, you know, COVID kind of has mixed that. And a lot of times you find that these I wonder if I want it there or there, maybe right here. A lot of times I find the tatting at little old ladies' garage sales, and that's kind of not happening much. I don't blame them. Alright, so here we go. Oh, the date. I about forgot the date. Okay, where's my new stamp? I still have not found a pretty little stamp, you know, like we used to find those in scrapbook for scrapbooking. Okay, the date. Where to put the date? Goodness gracious. I think I will put it right there. Let me get my, I'll do it right in this blue. Or maybe the green, because I stamped in the blue there. Let's do it in the green. I think that's the blue or the green. I don't know. We're going to stamp it in the green right here. There we go. Alright. So, let me hold this big old book up closer for you. There we go. I just love that kind of seam binding package. There we go. Aren't they cute in their little outfits? Grandma always had them dressed up really cute. There's the tatting there. And then here's these cool little pictures.
All right. Thank you for joining me today. You have a blessed day, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.